Shalom. That was pretty good. I am very impressed with all of you here. It feels like a pretty small crowd, but given the weather, it's pretty impressive. And I suspect there's more on Zoom and maybe a few more coming who are trying to see in front of them and use their windshield wipers. So Shabbat Shalom. We have a new addition on our bima. I welcome Sam Spiegel, who is playing the guitar this evening. Sam is a recent graduate of Elon University 2 years ago. Yes. Works for the Cleveland Jewish News as an event planner and grew up at Camp Wise. And so joins us tonight as our accompanist. Welcome, Sam. It's great to have you here. And we are going to begin with setting our intention, separating ourselves from the week and moving into Shabbat by taking a deep breath in. Hold for a moment and release. We start to feel our energy shift. We take another deep breath in. Relax wherever you hold your stress, your neck, your shoulders. I'm always told my shoulders are up around my ears somewhere. Your lower back. And release. One more breath in. And release. We move into sacred time and sacred space, and we begin with our opening song, Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi is found on page 20. And we are going to sing verses, I hope I get this right, 1, 2, she's helping me, 5, 7, and 9. What, 1? No, 7. 1, 2, 5, and 9.
Dodi, likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor, b'dibur echad, ishmi'anu el hameyuchad. Adonai echad, u'shmo echad, L'Shem uteferet v'litila lecha dodi likrat kala panei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala panei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha ki hi mekor habracha merosh mekedem nesucha sof maaseh b'machshava tchila lecha dodi likrat kala Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala panei Shabbat nekabela hitoreri ki ba'orech kumi uri shir daberi dodi likrat kala panei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala panei Shabbat nekabela boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha uvtala toch emunei am segula boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala panei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala panei Shabbat nekabela.
And that is a new melody for us, so we will be hearing that more often. It is really beautiful. We turn now to light our Shabbat candles and offer Kiddush. It is my pleasure to ask Amy and Dan Richards to come forward here on the bima. And if you would like to light your own Shabbat candles, please come to the side of the sanctuary. We are on page 3.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be amongst those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
The heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim kivanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen.
Her opening reading is actually found all the way back on page 47. You can turn to page 47 or you can just listen. Prayer invites God to let the divine presence suffuse our spirits, to let God's will prevail in our lives. Prayer cannot bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, and rebuild a weakened will. Now we turn to page 28 for our call to worship. It's the Baruch Hu, which reminds us that we have to work pretty hard sometimes to pray. We turn that to the page 28 and we rise as able.
Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam vaed.
Page 31. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. Page 34, 35, the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto, Leolam, Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated.
You shall
The words are on the inside of your order of
love
service.
with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you on this day shall be upon your heart, shall be upon your heart, and you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and when you rise up, and you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall
Page 40, Micha Mocha. Rabbi Lawrence Hoffman teaches that the inclusion of the Micha Mocha in our daily prayers shows that the rabbis, our ancient rabbis, insist on a moral God who enters history to right wrongs and bring about a better change, and ruled that the righteous of all nations receive a share in the world to come, and that God who enters history wanted to partner with us to make sure that the work got done. And so when the Israelites crossed the Red Sea and began dancing with joy, that was our reminder that we have a lot of work to do. So we sing Micha Mocha together.
Micha Mocha Bailim Adonai, Micha Mocha Nedar Bakodesh, Nora Tehilot, Osei Feleh, Micha Mocha Bailim Adonai, Micha Mocha Nedar Bakodesh. Who is like you? Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? When Moses and the children crossed the sea, they sang to you with songs of joy. Who is like you, Adonai? Micha Mocha Bailim Adonai, Micha Mocha Nedar Bakodesh.
Hashkivenu is on page 42. It's our evening lullaby asking for God to provide a Sukkot Shalom, a shelter of peace for all of us. So I offer this reading by Sarah Stock Mayo. It's not found in your Siddur. Help us to lie down at night in comfort, safety, and peace. May the dreams of our children be sweet tonight and tomorrow and the day after. May the future be bright for them and for their children and for generations to come. Grant us the ability to rest after long days of work and worry. Give us the chance to let our souls be at peace. And give us the grace to know how to separate from the things we cannot control. Allow us to quiet our bodies and our minds as we drift away from the mundane and enter into a sacred dreamscape. Spread over us the shelter of your comforting presence. Help us to know that it is okay to let go, to breathe, to be, just to be. Journey with us into our sublime consciousness, and let us live in this liminal space of neither here nor there. For when we are with you, we are never truly alone. Guide us, watch over us, protect us. Allow us to rise in the morning with the fragrance of a new dawn, a chance to hope, to create ourselves anew, again and again and again.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu,
Page 44, Vishamru. It's a chance for us to give thanks for Shabbat with a song that is one of the commandments for Shabbat, Vishamru, to observe, to guard Shabbat.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
On page 40, excuse me. On page 46, we turn to the tefillah, which is the highlight of our service, and we first offer this first verse of Psalms, and then we continue chanting on page 48, 50, and 52, and rise as able.
Adonai sefaitai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chaste Avot Va'imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah, Rav lehoshia, Mechalkel Chaim bechesed, Mechaye HaKol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamo הגבורות, ומיתו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. Page 59. Let's read together. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. On page 60, Shalom Rav is a prayer for peace. The word Rav means great, and so we are praying for abundant peace. How much we need peace in this world, in our country, and in Israel. And so we lift up this important prayer.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
If you're very quiet, you can hear the rain. And we're safe in here. We take time every Shabbat to think of those who are in need of healing, whether it be a healing of body, a healing of spirit. So we turn to our Misha Berach, our prayer for healing. You can find it in the middle of page 253. I've noticed in the last couple of months that when I pass my hand over the congregation, there are people who are shy and not necessarily sharing names. We are a congregation that doesn't like to be pointed out. So I have a favor to ask. Maybe you could close your eyes, maybe just look forward. And if you are thinking of someone you love who is in need of healing, we're just going to all say those names at the same time, knowing that we don't have to hear each individual name to know that we together in strength will lift them up and offer them just a little bit of comfort. So I'm going to count to 3, and then we're going to all say the names of loved ones who are in need of healing on this Shabbat. 1, 2, 3. May those names be lifted for needed strength and healing on this Shabbat. We sing together. Avotenu
lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We take a few moments for silent prayer and reflection.
May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable to you, O God, my rock and my redeemer.
My rock and my redeemer.
Yehu l'ratso.
I want to do a little roadmap because things are a little different in order this evening. We are going to move now in a moment into Aleinu. Following Aleinu, we're going to honor Yom HaShoah, which is why these candles are here. And I have a handout for that. That's why we're not going, the Devar Torah / sermon is going to be a commemoration of Yom HaShoah. Following that, we'll move into our usual Kaddish ritual. So please rise for Aleinu, and Aleinu is in your order of service this evening.
Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto God, who spread out the heavens and established the earth, and whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else.
Please be seated. Thank you to Amy and Sandy. There should be plenty. Our commemoration begins with silence. The silence of death, the silence of life, the silence after destruction, the silence before creation. There are times when songs falter, when darkness fills life, when martyrdom becomes a constellation of faith against the unrelieved black of space about us. There are no words to reach beyond the edge of night, no messengers to tell the full tale. There is only silence, the silence of Job, together, the silence of the 6 million, the silence of memory. Let us remember them as we link our silences into the silence which becomes a prayer, which links us with the past, touching what darkness we cannot fully enter, the anguish which is memory and love and life and death. We say, never forget. What does this mean? There is so much to remember, so much that is so painful that it would be a relief to forget. Tonight we will honor those who perished and those who survived by hearing words they themselves wrote. In our Jewish tradition, we light a candle on the anniversary of the death of a loved one and recite their name. Alas, many of the 6 million Jews who perished in the Holocaust have no one to mourn for them. And so this evening, we light candles for those who have no one to remember them. Let's read responsively. Lament, lament, my soul, cry out and mourn, O daughter of Israel, in eulogy and howls of grief, for the flames have consumed Israel. For the genocide so carefully planned, O pangs of grief for the cascades of blood, none were spared, not old, not young, all were sacrificed, holy and pure. For the generations that were cut down, blood of the fathers with the blood of the sons, in the valley of Auschwitz they were expunged in the furnaces of the crematoria. For the imprisoned, clothed only in rags, expiring in droves, in multitudes, in Treblinka and Majdanek, their bones were scattered, left to rot. For the cattle cars crammed with human cargo that were cushioned with nothing but tar and chalk, bleached by thirst, their souls parched and dry, they called for water, no hand reached out. For those frozen in fields of snow, young children in their mother's arms, for the martyrs whose wailing could be heard, buried alive in the communal graves. For the decimation of a nation, we raise a lamentation, bound up in sorrow, cloaked in destruction. Will hatred's shadow forever reign? Will the struggle never end? See, O God, how my skin has shriveled. My heart is broken as my enemies rise up. Hear my pleas, provide a haven, save my soul from the murderous mob. By Gerda Weissman Klein. Ilsa, a childhood friend of mine, once found a raspberry in the camp and carried it in her pocket all day to present to me that night on a leaf. Imagine a world in which your entire possession is one raspberry and you give it to your friend. Together, O God of holiness, remember those in ghettos and death camps who knew that life is holy. Praised are you, Adonai, the Holy One of Israel. By Jack Goldman. Prisoners who met the trains at Auschwitz would give warnings. Do something, fight. Fight back while you have the strength. In September 1944, there was a plot to blow up the gas chambers. There was a small Krupp factory nearby. Prisoners smuggled explosives, powder, and small arms. The men working in the gas chambers started to blow up the gas chambers. 2 were destroyed. Holy One of Israel, remember all those in ghettos and death camps who knew that life is holy. Praised are you, Adonai, the Holy One of Israel. Anti-Semitism is once more on the rise in record numbers. Homophobia and racism are growing plagues in our nation and around the world. Hatred and murder have poisoned the world since the beginning. The book of Genesis tells the story of the first murder. We read that Cain rose up against his brother Abel in the field and killed him. God asks Cain, "Where is your brother Abel?" And Cain responds with the question, "Am I my brother's keeper?" The answer is yes. We are all our brothers and sisters' keepers. We are all responsible for one another. Whenever a person is murdered, we must all answer the question, why were we not better keepers?
Where will my help come from? Where will my help come from? My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth. My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth. Esa, Einai, El Harim. Esa, Einai, El Harim. Me'ayin Yabo, Yabo Ezri. Me'ayin Yabo, Yabo Ezri. Me'ayin Yabo, Yabo Ezri. Me'ayin Yabo, Yabo Ezri. Where will my help come from? Where will my help come from? My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth.
Pastor Martin Niemöller once wrote a famous poem that begins, "First they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist," and ends, "Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me." Rabbi Michael Latz asks, "Do we speak up only out of self-interest then?" Here is his answer. "First they came for the African Americans, and I spoke up because I am my sister's and brother's keeper. And then they came for the women, and I spoke up because women hold up half the sky. And then they came for the immigrants, and I spoke up because I remember the ideals of our democracy. And then they came for Muslims, and I spoke up because they are my cousins and we are one human family. And then they came for the Native Americans and Mother Earth, and I spoke up because the blood-soaked land cries and the mountains weep. They keep coming. We keep rising up because we Jews know the cost of silence. We remember where we came from. And we will link arms because when you come for our neighbors, you are coming for us. And that just won't stand. Oh God, we turn to you now as we mourn our brothers and sisters who suffered and died in the Holocaust. May we remember that it is up to us to change the world. We ask you to please be with us as we undertake your most precious and most important work to establish justice, prosperity, and peace for all who dwell on earth. O God, we turn to you now. Our final prayer is a memorial prayer for those who died in the Shoah. Creator of all source and shelter, grant a perfect rest under your tabernacle of peace to those who perished in the Holocaust, our fathers and mothers, our sisters and brothers, our rabbis and teachers, our neighbors and children, the named and the unnamed, whose lives were cut off by brutal, vicious, cunning, and calculated violence. May they find peace in the world to come. Remember the survivors who have since passed away and the virtues of our people who have died at the hand of malice in every generation. We remember the works of their hands and the messages of their hearts. Bless the defenders of Israel with safety and strength, and the righteous of all nations who provide protection, shelter, and comfort to the Jewish people. Let their deeds be a source of favor in heaven and healing on earth. Put an end to anger, hatred, and fear, and lead us to a time when no one will suffer at the hand of another speedily in our days. May the memories of all who face these horrors be sanctified with joy and love. May their souls be bound up in the bond of life, a living blessing in our midst. And let us all say together, Amen. And we turn now to our memorial meditation, to remembering those whom we love, who have in our own midst. And it makes sense to use as our memorial meditation on this Shabbat the words of Hannah Senesh. Hannah Senesh was a poet and also a freedom fighter, someone who died trying to protest, as it were, the Holocaust. And we all know this poem so well. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light. Long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. On this Shabbat, we remember in Shloshim, in the first month since their death, Stanley Brown, Joan Krantz, Harry Kuniansky, Marcia Kuniansky, Ellen Sperber Rosenberg, Philip Wasserstrom. And we remember the yahrzeits that fall on this Shabbat with love: Israel W. Cohen, Shirley Dackner, Clarence Dettelbach, Bonnie Dick, Morton R. Dworkin, Harry Gershon, Ab Glickman, Norman W. Goldston, Leslie A. Groden, Mildred Cohn Gross, Erwin S. Heyman, Seth Harris, Jesse F. Hayes, Sheldon Heimel, Norman Hyams, Donna J. Katz, Nat L. Lefton, Milton Lieberman, Leonard Messer, Ben H. Newman, Saul Sholnick, James E. Shook, Annie Sternberger, Nina Lehman Stone, Meyer Warsowski, Emil Weil, Tina Hubschman Wieder. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we turn to page 294 for the mourner's Kaddish. Please rise as able. Yitgadal v'yidkadash shemei Rabbah, bi'alma divra hirute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chaye techol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudusha barechu. Le'elamin kol berchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechamata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn, and give comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say together, amen. Please be seated. Our closing song is Ki Eshmera Shabbat. Oh, not closing song yet. First, we need to do some announcements and greetings. It's my pleasure to invite Dan Richards to come forward for some words of announcement and greeting. Thanks, Dan.
I almost got out of it. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi Van, Annika, and Sam for leading us in such a beautiful service. Tonight was really a good way to start Shabbat, a true shelter from the storm around us, and it was nice to be here in the warmth of your presence and your service. So thank you for that. Announcements. Mitzvah Day is coming on Sunday, May 4th. Don't forget to volunteer for this meaningful program. You can RSVP to the office if you want to take part. The next Rise and Shine with Rabbi Shana, Rabbi Van, and Annika Baelish will be on Saturday, May 17th. Shabbat Fun for families with preschool-aged kids. For more information, contact Rabbi Shana. Pride in the CLE and Pride Shabbat are coming up in June. Please contact Rochelle Ariane if you would like to be a part of the planning. And finally, we invite you to lead the Shabbat candle blessings and offer Kiddush at Friday night services. The form to sign up is on the STKA website and Temple Times. There's also a QR code in tonight's order of service for those brave souls who came through the rain and are here tonight. We hope to hear from you soon. Shabbat Shalom.
And now our closing song is on page 330, Ki Eshmera Shabbat.
Ki Eshmera Shabbat El Yishmereni, Ki Eshmera Shabbat El Yishmereni, Oti Leomeyad Beino Uleini, Yeshmera Shabbat El Yishmereni.
Please rise for our benediction.
Yevarechecha Adonai vayishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha vechuneka.
May the light of God's presence shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Isa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God lift up each one of us, and may God bring us shalom, peace, and wholeness. Amen. Shabbat shalom.